Hey, how you doing, Vince? This is Tim with Guard Digital Marketing. I appreciate you talking to me a little bit Wednesday morning. I'm getting this video out to you as promised. So let's dive into it. I got the homepage of the website pulled up, as you guys can see here. So we got two different tabs of Google searches pulled up. I got one for roofing Fenton, Missouri, and then one for roofing St. Louis, Missouri. So this will give me a little scope of, different areas that you work with and kind of the competition within each. But let's go ahead and start and take a look at a Google search here. So this is the first page that pops up. Now, this is the crucial page to be on, obviously, as 99% of people are going to be looking on here alone. Now, there's three ways to really be on a first page of Google, right? First way is ads. Everybody's seen them. These are the Google guaranteed, so trusted and verified, local companies in the area that are paying to be right up top. Not a bad way to start to get some instant gratification from, doing these ads. As we can imagine, they get quite a bit of clicks being right up here front and center, right? So not a bad idea. But now when it comes to organic listings, we have two different sections you can be in. First one is going to be this map pack. Okay, we call it the Google Map Pack, and these are from the Google business profiles that these companies have created. So if you don't have one, I would definitely create one of those. Make sure you verify it through Google, and then you want to make sure you fill it out 100%. Nothing's missing, so Google doesn't have to guess about you at all. Make sure you have pictures within there that are typically, you want those to be geolocated to the areas that you work as well. And then, of course, ask your customers to obviously give you some high ratings. And then also one last thing you can do to help boost the power and trust within Google for these is to start building citations across the web. And that's going to be a combination of three things placed in one area of the web, and that is your company name, address, or service area, and then the phone number. Okay, so you got to start building those across the web as well to make sure that you can rank within here, which is huge, obviously, because if somebody sees something they like in here, they're never going to click this More Businesses button, nor ever scroll down into the actual organics. Okay, but let's say somebody doesn't see what they like within here, right? Well, they're going to scroll through the organics. Some people will, of course, click on these directories. But then we do have a couple actual companies that are ranking within here as well. So I went ahead and I chose CJS Roofing as kind of one of the top competitors to do a quick comparison of when it comes to the websites of both you guys and them. And then I also went ahead and I pulled up a St. Louis Roofing tab here as well. And our top competitor here is Ferguson Roofing. Okay, so I pulled them up, and we'll do a comparison of you and CJS first, and then with Ferguson Roofing in there to kind of see competition from Fenton to St. Louis and how that differs. So first off here, again, we have the homepage of your website. Now, I always like to look at homepages of a website for one main reason, and that one main reason is content. Okay, so content on a homepage should be anywhere between 1,500 to 2,000 words of content alone on the homepage. That's Google's sweet spot. So as we can see when we're scrolling up and down here, we're quite light when it comes to that. Because what that allows you to do then is put every 150 of those words a buyer intent keyword, which is what I have typed into Google here. A service attached to a location. So somebody in that area looking for roofing is going to be typing some variation of this into Google to find a roofing company to do those services for them. So you want those within your homepage and the rest of your website so that you can actually rank for these certain things within Google. Okay, so this is going to be one of the major first things you can do too, is start to optimize the website and optimize it out so there's the correct amount of content per page and the correct amount of keywords per page, spaced out 150 to 200 words of that content. Okay, so I would look into that. Now here's a paid program I use that does my comparisons. Okay, so it gives me a dashboard of numbers that I can dive into deeper on some of them. But for the sake of the video, we're trying to keep it short and to not bore you to death either. I'll just stick to these dashboard numbers as they work great for these quick comparisons. Okay, so this is your guys's. Now we can see these first two numbers here. These are basically trust and power ratings from Google. Okay, now the first one is a DR rating, so this is going to be for your entire website. and then the UR rating in this case is for your home page alone. Okay, so the DR is not horrible. These are ratings out of 100, but we can see still they're fairly low, right? Now you got to build these power and trust through these backlinks that you get from these referring domains. Okay, now you got to make sure when you're building these out, of course you want quantity, but the major thing here is quality of these backlinks that come from these referring domains. So you want to make sure the backlinks that you're getting from these referring domains, the referring domains already have basically a lot of power and trust within Google, so their ratings are already super high, which means when you get a backlink granted from these referring domains, it grants power over to you, because Google is basically a popularity contest, right? Now, you have about 45 keywords within your website right now. For roofing, that's not horrible. I think for the amount of area that you service, and being all kind of the major areas within St. Charles, Jefferson, and St. Louis counties, we should probably be closer to the 100 mark. But still not horrible for what I'm seeing here. About 25 to 30 people coming into the website every month. So I think we got a good base that you could build off exponentially to start bringing in a lot more traffic. Okay. Now, this is CJ's into this same program here again. We can see their DR and UR are kind of flip-flopped. So their website doesn't have as much power trust, but their homepage has a little bit more. Now we can also see they've built more backlinks out than you. So they're a little bit ahead of the game there. But I would say some of the ones they have aren't going to be of a higher quality because of the low ratings still. But they've built out, almost, what is that, quadruple the amount of keywords or triple the amount of keywords. So they have more things they can rank for within Google, which isn't always the greatest thing to have, because you want to make sure most of your keywords, at least 90% or more of them, are going to be buyer intent, meaning the people actually coming into your website are actually looking for your services. But we can see that's even doing it at kind of the mediocre, status. They're bringing in double the amount of traffic as you guys currently every month. Okay. Now, here's where you really see the difference. Okay, so this is the top one in St. Louis. We can see their ratings and just the sheer amount of backlinks from these referring domains that they have. They do have a lot more keywords. So I'm going to cut their traffic in half, saying half of their traffic coming in isn't necessarily looking for their services just for the sake of the video. I could be completely wrong, but I'd say that's a fair assessment. So even 1,500 people coming into their website, at least interested in what they do for work, and could possibly call in or click on maybe a contact form for Ferguson Roofing to reach out to them. So here's where you can see, if you do this correctly, the amount of potential that doing this internet SEO has for a company. This will allow you to grow exponentially for many years to come. So I normally like to keep these videos at 7 to 8 minutes, so I'm a little bit over that, and I don't want to take up any more of your time here. So I would love to hear some feedback from you, Vince, if you loved the video, if you hated it, and then of course if you have any questions or concerns too, please feel free to reach out to me, whether that's an email, a phone call, or a text. And I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to watch the video.